Hello, everybody. Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and thought I'd come on real quick and share some thrifty bits and maybe do a pick 10. I'd like to get my pick 10 journal I made with Lisa filled up. So I'm going to work on that. I've got a piece of my page already taped off on a Dollar Tree cutting mat, and I like to leave the little border around the edge. So we'll have that to do. So we're just going to do a quick pick 10. But first I'm going to share some thrifty bits. I got this little mushroom for less than $2. Isn't it pretty? It's just a clear mushroom. It's got bubbles in the stem. And it'll go with my nature-themed living room I have in mind for when we get a house. So let's see. Also that day we got some books. Oh, goodness. All right. This is the Good Housekeeping Cookbook. And I don't need another cookbook. You know, I need another cookbook like I need a hole in the head, but we bought 3 cookbooks. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Samantha. But the whole reason I bought this is I was looking at it, and it's got this note. It says, Tony, I want you to have this book because some of the best cooks I've known have one. My mother, your mother, Susan, and me. I believe you will stand up with the best of the best. Good luck. Love, G-Ma. And I couldn't leave it at the thrift store. Somebody's grandma gave this to them in the hopes that they would, become very good cooks. And it's got some wonderful recipes in it. So this one had to come home with me because somebody's grandma, gave this with love. So I had to bring it home. And then Scott found 2 cookbooks. This one's the Campbell's cookbook with their soups, cooking with the soups. And he just thought it looked interesting, I think. It lists the condensed soups, the ready-to-serve soups that are used within here. So it's just got some interesting recipes. There's a recipe for Salisbury steak. I'll look through and see if there's anything vegetable-based. There's the old Campbell's recipe boxes. Only $2 from Elmira, New York. That's up near where I grew up. It expired December 31st, 1977. So we can't get the recipe book. We're out of luck there. And then the last one he picked up, I am so thrilled about. This is it's from the Penelopian Culinary Favorites. It's out of Illinois. Or is it Indiana? I don't know. But this was done in 1963 to 1964. And this is for District Number 12 of the Daughters of Penelope present the Penelopian Culinary Favorites of the Hoosier District members of the Daughters of Penelope and Ahepa. First edition, 1964. This is, let me see if I can read it here. After many varied projects of the past years, we arrived at a decision to embark on one that will put only, I don't know what that meant there. They had a typo there. Realize a revenue for our fund, but would also be a benefit to our members and friends. Result being a collection of favorite Greek and non-Greek recipes from our members. In the preparation of this book, we came across many secret recipes that had never been divulged to anyone other than from mother to daughter. Recipes that were written in Greek and had to be translated and adapted to our present-day measurements, and with more comprehensive preparation instructions that would enable the American-born Helene, young bride, and even one not familiar with our ways to easily duplicate the often thought difficult, traditional, and delicious dishes of Greece. So I am so thrilled about this. It shows you how to do all the triangular folds. It's just a wonderful, wonderful cookbook. Yes, Scott found this one. I said that. And it's been hand typed. So there was no computers back then. So these were all typed by a lady. So there are typos, but I think I can figure it out. So we're going to have to try some Greek recipes. And it's been well loved. So somebody's put it to use for a very long time. So I'm thrilled about it. I'm thinking it might be actually even be missing a few pages because there's no back cover. So hi, Barb. Hi, Lisa. Teresa says, good job, Scott. So I have not researched to find out if the Penelope, Daughters of Penelope is still a thing up there near East Chicago, South Bend, Fort Wayne, Kokomo, Muncie, Anderson, Indianapolis. So I haven't seen if this is still actually an active group. Hi, Gail. But I am thrilled to have some Greek recipes. We love Greek food. So we'll look and see what I can make out of here. And then, was it yesterday we went and Scott found this turkey baster, but he's going to use it as a glue applicator. And he got that for, looks like $2.99. And then I got a box of DVD recordables for $1.99. And an old steno pad. Scott found this book on Beginner's Guide to Photography. That bag is all torn up. And then I got 2 packages of this is the Michaels brand, and it's specialty paper. This is translucent paper. So I got 2 packs of it, 99 cents each. And you guys know this goes for a lot more than 99 cents each. So that's what we got at the Goodwill yesterday. Oh, and I also I saw this in the bin with the blankets and the sheets and stuff. And it's like, I measured it out with the, stretch your arm out and touch your nose method. And it's about 5 yards. So this would be enough for a child's quilt. So I thought I'd do a quilt back with this. And it's got animals playing instruments. And this one's working on repairing a fence or a gate. And just would be really cute on the back of a quilt. And I was thinking if I did a red and white quilt top and then put this on the back, it could be really cute. So, and I got it for $3 because she said, is it about the size of a sheet? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, so $3. I was like, I'll take it for $3, 5 yards of fabric. And I think that's all we picked up. We haven't really spent a lot with Goodwill lately. We wanted to get out of the house, and it's raining again today. And Scott's in a book. So I said, I'm going to go live with the ladies for a little while. And I've got, like I said, a page for my Pick 10 journal. So I'm going to do a page for my Pick 10 journal. And for anybody that's new that doesn't know what I'm talking about, this is the journal I did Pick 10 with Lisa at Lisa's My Eclectic Life. And we put a bunch of stuff on it, and then we did a Pick 10 on top of it. So this was just a craft binder that I'd gotten on clearance at Michael's. And then I did this Pick 10 with Lisa. And what I'm doing is I tape them off on my cheapy dollar store cutting mat. So I'll have this little border around because I just think it looks pretty. I hate that I had to put a hole in his bird's head, but it happens. And then this one's one I think I did with Mary. Prompts with Mary. So I did that one with Mary, and I added a quote there. And then this one we did on my channel. And I love how it turned out. I think it turned out really pretty. So let's do a page for the Pick 10 journal if anybody wants to play. And if you don't want to do a page, you can do a Pick 10 and use it for postcards or whatever. And I have turned off, or at least I thought I had turned off the focus, but it seems to be jumping all over the place. Let me double check, make sure it's off. It's off, so I don't know what is going on. Maybe it's just the weather or something. So I don't have any. Well, we can use these sticks. We'll use these sticks. We haven't done that in a while. I've got a bunch of stuff in here that I don't even know what it is. Oh, that's my orthopedic doctor's number. I need to put that someplace else. Random bits got shoved in here. Oh, and the only floral we still need is July for our floral picture, so I don't need to hold on to that anymore. And this is a coupon for cat food that expired in December, so we'll throw that away. Isn't it funny how you'll chunk little things different places? And there's a stamp. Oh, talking about a stamp. I carved a little stamp while watching Mary the other night. And I'll show you what. I stamped some out, and I've colored them in. So I've got some little things I can add to artist trading cards. Just some little people. Isn't he cute? And put that stamp in there. And Peg Robinson, I got your Christmas card and bookmark, and I love it. I will use it. And I'll save the card in my friend book that I still need to finish from December. So I thought that my little guy turned out really cute. Oh, goodness. I heard that you guys up there that way are getting a ton of snow. We're just getting rain and miserable cold. Just cold and wet. No snow to play in, nothing. All right, Mary is setting up. Yes, it got here. Isn't it pretty, guys? This is from Peg and family. And Peg has a website, pegrobinson.com, if you guys want to check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a stick and we'll see what happens. We might have to cast some of these aside because some of them are Halloween related or might be a little too weird. So we'll just throw them aside. If I don't want to do it, we won't do it. Stamp with a feather or leaf with paint. Well, I think I can do this one. And I need to write this on a piece of paper so that I can put it on the back of my page because I put the prompts on the back of the page later. Here, I've got some Post-it notes. Thanks to Dee Dee, I went and got Post-it notes so I'd have a place to put ideas. We'll just put that small piece there. And a pen. So we're going to stamp with a feather or a leaf with paint. I have a leaf stamp that I can use. So I'm going to do that. I got this one here. I think I'm currently out of wet ones. I'll get a sponge to apply the paint to this so that I'm not getting too much paint on it. All right. So my knee is doing okay. I'm going to end up having to have that meniscus tear fixed, but we're saving up for it. Because it's the beginning of the year and we have a high deductible, so I'm going to save up for it. Oh, hi, Janet. Thank you. I love to watch Peg and Shell, but I don't always catch them because they're in the part of the day. They come on during that part of the day when I'm having to rush around to make sure Scott's all pulled together for going off to work. I'm just going to use this top couple here. And it doesn't say you have to cover the whole page with it if you don't want to. I think I'm just going to do mine on the edges. I've been watching on YouTube the British Best Home Cooks. If you haven't caught that yet, it is. I just watched the 3rd in the 5th season or something. I don't remember now, but I've been watching them and really enjoying watching. I felt so bad for the young man that got sent home in this most recent one, as he was trying so hard, and I just felt so bad for him. But it is a contest, so I guess it's going to happen. I've tried to turn off all my notifications just so that my phone isn't ringing, during the night, because it wakes us, and it's so hard to get to sleep with being on second shift. We did not get up until noon today, you guys. We slept and slept. It was raining, didn't want to get up. Poor Bernadette. I'm sure she was crossing her legs by the time I got to her. I think I'm just going to go on the edges here. All right. But it's a kind of a dreary day, so I said, you know what? Since Lucia is at her quilt meeting, I'll just pop on and fill an hour or so and do something fun. I don't really have any way to clean this off. I got tissues here. It's another snow day for you, Barb. Are you still at like minus 31 up there? It's currently, I think, 37 degrees here. Is that correct? I can't see Scott's little. We have one of those weather stations where you put the little reader out on a covered area on the house, and it's 38, Scott says. But it'll tell us if the barometric pressure has changed. It'll tell us if the sky is going to be full of snow or whatever. His old one that he had a little man on it. And so, like, if it was going to be really hot, the little man would have a beach umbrella with a beach chair, and he'd be in shorts. And then if it was going to snow, he'd be all bundled up. I miss that one. But this one's got a little icon that shows what the sky is doing. All right, so I've got my leaves on here. I'm going to pull the next stick. And if you guys want to just write these down and then do them in a different order, feel free. All right, I pulled an orange stick. So this was done for Halloween time. So it says use orange. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Even though it'll be weird, we'll just use orange. And remember, you don't have to cover the whole page. You can just put a little bit of orange on. You don't have to do the whole thing covered up. I'll grab some water while I'm out here. All of the cats have taken a turn in Scott's lap. I can drop my sponge in there now. But I've been going through things. And if anybody would like to swap napkins, I have like 11 packs of 24 napkins that I could swap with somebody, you know, if you're interested. All right. Your bones let you know about the barometric pressure. Ours do too, pretty much. Scott's in a 3D phase converter book. Or at least he was. I'm hearing a video play now, so he's switched to videos. All right, so I added some orange. I need to put baby wipes on my, need to get at the grocery store. Good enough. Good enough. If anybody wants to know, that's just a dollar store brag book that I keep those little stencils in. All right. The lighting looks pretty good. Well, hi, Sherry. I think I said hi earlier. Minus 16 today in Canada. Thank you, Peg. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull the next one because I don't want to take all day. We might could do something else. We'll see. Add metallic leaves. Okay, this is going to be a strange one. It's going in a direction I had no intention for it to go, but we'll go with it. Add metallic leaves. Metallic leaves. You're okay, puppy. I'll take you for a ride later, okay? These are kind of leaves. I'm just going to do this in the center of my page. It's kind of leaf-like. They look like leaves. Yeah, this here wasn't a stencil though, it was a stamp. Oops, I think I have the stencil on upside down, but we're going to go with it because that's how it landed on the page. So I wouldn't mind going to see a movie. We'll see. I'm married to a guy that doesn't really care for going to the movies. We used to go to the movies when we were dating, but we haven't gone much as adults. All right. Just set that down. It sure does. It sure does. Peg was saying it looks like old kitchen wallpaper. It does. And see, I can always come in and paint, do something on these leaves to bring them back out around the border later. All right, so I'm done with my leaves. So I'm going to grab another one. We're doing 10. This one says use a fine liner. And I think I'm going to hold that. So I'm just going to put this as a hold because if I do that, I'd like to do that last. So number 4 is use a fine liner, and I'm going to hold it till last because, that makes for a really wet paint, and I don't really want to use the dryer all at once. So I'll pull another one. Hi, Shelly Carlson. All right, this one says add fibers. Add fibers. Well, just so happens I have a piece of burlap here. So we could just pull some of these off from here. I don't know if everybody saw or not, but Scott and I, we have this restaurant in Hendersonville, North Carolina, that we would drive up for our anniversary meals. Well, they've decided to close to have more time with their daughters. So we are just about heartbroken. So we need to find another really good hole-in-the-wall restaurant worth the drive as an anniversary location for us. All right, that should be enough fibers. You don't have to cover the whole thing. night. And I filled my baby bot that was gifted to me with my Scotch Quick Dry glue. And Scott said all the craft stores need to get on the ball and carry these in there so that you don't have to shake your bottle. You just squeeze it, and the pressure pushes the glue out the top. So you don't have all that time spent trying to shake the glue down. And I'll just glue some of these fibers down here. I can always cut away any that I might think are too long later. Kind of looks like a tree trunk. Journey's here. Hi, Journey. We're just doing a pick 10 because I would like to get my pick 10 journal filled up this year if I could. I might start doing some of Shell and Peg's pick-a-sticks and add them in here too. So if you're not subscribed to Shell C and Peg Robinson, you need to be, because that would give you another prompt, some prompts, and they do some other really fun. I love the collaging videos. I could sit and watch them collage all day and not get anything done around the house. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That big old glob. Beep, beep. And see, that's what my phone does at all hours of the night when I have notifications turned on. And it's so hard for us to get a good night's sleep when we're not going to bed sometimes till 2 a.m. because we just can't seem to get wound down. Last night I was up really late. Not really, because, I mean, it's right out in front of you. I just cut too much of the tip off, so I'm getting kind of blobs, but it's working out. And this glue dries clear. What I like is I don't have to shake it down. It's not a big shakedown to get it to let the glue down. Might clean the tip off. That might help too. I was cold, now I'm hot. This whole midlife thing is for the birds sometimes. I just want to play with fiber apparently today. Well, it was the prompt, right? There's a fire truck and an ambulance across the road last night. I didn't see them take anybody, in the ambulance. And I know she has trouble with her oxygen saturation. So they might have had to come and just give her a little oxygen. But I didn't see them take anybody. And the fire truck ended up having to leave on another fire rescue course, it was Friday night, so White Horse Road was hopping with accidents. Because people treat it like it's a highway. Once they get past where we are, they just open it up to go to Travelers Rest. But it's 45 miles an hour all the way out to just about to Travelers Rest. But they don't slow down even when the weather's bad, and it's been nasty. Oops. All right, I think I'll save the rest of these for something else. So I've added fiber. I don't know if anybody's doing the, is it Franz Papillon? She's live. She's doing a layer a day challenge. She's on week 3. I was going to join in that, but I haven't. I've been kind of out of it the last couple weeks. You probably have noticed, but I'm getting back to myself again. I'm going to take this sweater off again. Leave it where it's handy because I'll be cold in the next few minutes. Hi, Maria from Holland. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pick the next one. I've got my fibers on. They're not, totally dry, but we're going to go with it. And I'll pull another stick out of the bucket here and see what we get. Stamp a flower all over. I don't want to do that one, so we'll cast it aside. If you want to, you can. All right, modeling paste texture. Prompt 6, modeling paste texture. I need to cover my glue up here. There we go. I think I'm just going to scrape some on. Maybe on top of my fibers a little bit. Hold them down up here. Okay, and then I like to stick my knife down on it and lift up so I get a little bit of dendritic. Might put some more paste on here. I might have some issues getting it loose from the paper, but I can take and just gently run my X-Acto knife along the edge of my tape, and that'll help some too. I've also started watching this lady, Nicola. She does mudlarking on the River Thames, and it is just so interesting. And she said you can walk along the Thames, but if you want to mudlark, pick things up, you have to get a permit to do it. And I just think that would just be the most fun thing to do. Hello? Hello? I think my son just butt dialed me, I think. We'll see if he calls again. Hi, Gigi. Yep, there he goes. Yes? No, I'm just live right now on YouTube, and you didn't reply when I said hello. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Well, where are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not far. About an hour. All right. Well, why don't you call me when I'm not live? All right. Love you. Bye. He's calling me from coming back from St. Charleston. Add spirals. Add spirals. That's going to be weird. Let's see. Add spirals. I need to dry this here. Mudlarking. You just go and it's like picking up seashells at the beach here. But she picks up pipes and old clay pipes from like way long ago. And she finds old toys and because the River Thames used to be really, really well polluted. They used to just dump the dump, and she just comes across the most wild things, like the original twist top bottle tops, and just some. One time she found a human jaw, and it dated back to, I think they said the 16 or 1700s, or it could be as late as the early 20th century. She had it carbon dated. All right, Janet, thank you. Hi, Mary Hill. When I'm doing these, if it starts becoming a hot mess, I'll do something to kind of bring it all back together. So I just do the prompts, and then after the last one is called, then I fix it. I don't necessarily live with what the 10 prompts were. A lot of times I'll just keep working on it until it gets to a point where I like it again. Or I have been known to just go over the whole thing with gesso and then pull the prompts back out and do them in a different order, alleviating ones like I would alleviate the fiber and the texture paste, but I would include maybe the leaves and the orange and the metallic. So there's always a way to fix it. Never throw it in the trash unless it's just something you feel is just beyond even gesso's repair. And remember, this is just a rainy day fun. Rainy day fun. Spirals. It's not necessarily something that spins in a circle, but it's round. I'm going to use this instead of that. This was prompt 7, so there's only 3 more prompts plus the use the fine liner prompt that we set aside. And yes, I'm using black. I'm using black. It's not necessarily a spiral that spirals from the center out, but it's circular, and that's what I'm going with. Oh, my mail lady's working her way this way. Oh, she's got something for me. Every page goes through some kind of hot mess stage, so when in doubt, add more. All right. See if I can just wipe this off a bit. My son said, "That was weird. You just hung up on me." And I was like, I wonder what I did to piss Mom off. Good enough. I might use this again. When it gets warm again, I'll do a huge stencil cleanup outside. All right. Hi, Mina. You love the pop of black? I do too. This bottom needs something, so, but we'll see. We've got 3 more prompts, and then there's my ability to go in and change it if I don't like how it's turned out. And y'all, if you want to stop and not hang out with me after that, that's cool. So I'm not doing that one. I'm not drawing a pumpkin. Use a stencil. Use stencil. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back and I'm going to revisit one of my my previous prompts, but I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use the green paint that I did the stamped leaves with, and I'm just going to put some of this green on the texture paste. And I'm even going to just use the sponge I just had in black. I want to get some color on the bottom here. Maybe color my text, my what's it called? The fibers. It's your art journal page and your products. So just play with them until you discover the things, discover what they'll do for you. You might discover a technique nobody else has ever done just by playing. And it's a play day. It's not a aim for something gorgeous day. It's to play with your products and see what they will do. I'm just feeling like there's too much white space. So I'm just going to knock it back with this green. And then maybe revisit with the stencils I've already used. Because I'm not liking it, so I'm just using a color I previously used and knocking everything back. All right, now I'm going to use some of this black and just kind of go along the edge. And yes, it is at a hot mess stage right now. All right. All right, so it says use a stencil. I'm trying to reuse one of these sponges, but it might not be a good idea. Let's see. Scott likes to watch those archaeological dig videos too. I think I'll go get some fresh sponges and let that dry just a second. I do want my spirals back. Let's try this some. Well, it's the perfect rainy day to work on stuff, but I know Lisa's supposed to be a good girl and not play for a while until her shoulder's a little better. That shoulder pain, that's something else. I used to get a lot of it when I was working at Michael's and lifting freight up over my shoulders to put on the cap shelves. Probably did a lot of damage to myself working there, but I enjoyed it. All right. All right, I'm going to see, I'm revisiting my prompts. Trying to use the paints I already had on here. I almost like to start, I would almost like to have a color added to the page before I start. And I know you're supposed to embrace white space, but I think I like it better when I've got a base color. Is anybody else like that? Where you'd rather have a base color on your background before you start adding stuff? All right, so I used another stencil. I went back and I added my spirals back. I'm going to go ahead and pull. So number 8 was use stencil, and I'll pull number 9. See what we get. Use gray. Well, I might just add a little white to this black I have on here, and maybe use that same spiral, the same spiral effect, and just offset it a little bit from this other. Sometimes I have to go in and fix it before I can move forward. Or I might just have the gray in other areas. I might do that. But I just need to add some white to this black, and I'll have gray. All right, so I'll put use gray. And after I'm done, I'll add these prompts to the description box. So if anybody's watching and they don't want to watch the whole thing, they can just pull the prompts and do them. Let me see if I've got another spirally light thing. You're okay, puppy. I'll take you out in just a little bit, okay? Being a good girl. Yeah. All right. This is just another stencil, and I'm going to use it. It's a doily stencil. Let's mix this up here. Bernadette's telling me she needs to go out. She'll wait for me for a few minutes. Okay, good enough. All right. All right, let's see here. I think I got it upside down. There we go. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I like to put a base color on. So from now on, we'll pick a base color before we start doing prompts. All right. Good enough. Whoop. Oh, I almost dropped that wet thing on me. And remember, you can use your stencils again and, bring some color back if you need to, or, add some white or whatever. So let's see what our last prompt is. And the last prompt says journal on the page if you want to. I'm going to cast that one aside and pull one more. Drip or splatter with white paint. So that's what I'm going to do. Drip or splatter with white paint. That'll be number 10. If you don't feel a prompt, just throw it aside and use something else. All right, let me splatter some. And then I need something on here. Let's see here. Water. Now, if you wanted to add a focal image or any of that, feel free. But we'll splatter some white paint and we'll see. And some days I get off here and I go, ooh, I really hate that. And I'll just gesso over the whole thing. And I agree with Barb Owens. If you don't have black gesso, it's the most forgiving. You can get rid of anything with black gesso. Are you making him move?
Yeah. He's burning me up.
The cats are like little ovens. Okay, so there's my page. Oh, the only thing is I need to use the fine liner. So I'm going to get my fine liner or my Amazon thing. He can't be on my lap right now. We're on the table.
Here, come be with mommy.
Oh.
I'm tired of you.
Oh.
You're burning me up.
He says, but Mama looks like she's online. Do not come over here. Go see Daddy. Go see Daddy. He's like, when are you going to sit back down? See, I get these little bottles from Amazon. You get like 10 or 12 of them for so much money. So I think I'm just going to I'm not as good at doing things with a fine liner as Mary, but I think I'll just do kind of a sketchy border around it and call that good.
He's waiting on me. I'm being stalled.
He's like, you are coming back, right? Scott's heating up something. I did what do we have left in the refrigerator type brunch type meal? I think I need to go to the store. I don't want to. Sometimes I think it's quite appealing to just have the groceries delivered to the house, but I'm cheap and I don't want to pay, so I'll just go. Besides, I don't trust somebody else to pick my groceries. I guess I'm too much of a control freak, but I want to pick out, fresh, tasty vegetables. I don't want some teenager to pick out, oh, it's celery and have it all brown in 2 days. Because half of them don't even know what their food is. They don't know what fresh stuff is. we were talking about when we first got married years ago, you would go and there would be a whole wall of vegetables. And now you go and it's a whole wall of pre-made vegetables with the sauce and everything on it. That's not us. So I think what I might do is just go on Pinterest and find a quote and just put it right here when all of this is dry. I don't know if I can peel this off right now or not. Let's see.
My favorite was when we bought butternut squash, and the girl at checkout asked us if you could eat those.
Oh, or that time we were blackberry picking and those people stopped. Can you eat those? And I'm like, they're blackberries. You pay like, this is pulling my paper a little bit. You pay too much at the grocery store. You know, I understand that you can take your life into your hands picking blackberries from the amount of times you get picked by them, but I don't think it's worth.
Even been stopped by the cops.
Yes. Are y'all lost? Nope. What are y'all doing down here?
Drugs?
We're picking blackberries. Why are you doing that? Blah, blah, blah. See, now when you pull your border tape off, it looks great, doesn't it? Hi, Joie de vie. So there you go. There's my page. And like I said, I will add a quote when it's dry. And I like the idea. I was taping them right to my paper, but then someone said, why don't you tape it to a hardboard, or I had these dollar store cutting mats. So that way, if it's one of the prompts is turn it upside down, I can do that. So there you go. Ta-da! I picked 10 for my journal. And like I said, I'll go and I'll find a quote that I feel fits the page, and I'll just print it off and glue it down, and then I'll clear coat it with the clear coat I use, and then stick it in my book. So I hope you all had fun. And we've burned about an hour, and I think that's about all I'm good for today. And I'm hoping to return to my Wednesdays. I might actually go back to Wednesday evening, or I might do Wednesday evening and then Thursday afternoon. And that way, people that can't make evenings can come on Thursdays. I'm thinking that's what I will do. So thanks for stopping by. And here's Tippy making his cameo. Here we go. Hi, Boo. You my boy? Huh? You got something in your paw? He came home last month with a thorn between his toes. It was horrible. So this is my baby. He's the baby. I open the door and I say, baby.
He was the brunt.
Yes. Lay down where they can see how pretty you are. And Howard's behind me. Let me see. We'll lift you up. Hang on. There's Howie. There's my Howie boy. So Howie and Tippy. So, all right, guys. I'm going to let you go. And we'll talk at you later. We'll see what we're going to get up to this afternoon. Oh, sweet baby. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here.